local LLMs are useless. They're too dumb to do anything. If you said that, I think this is you. Brain damage. But I want to prove you wrong. They're not useless. Let's actually see them in action in a real project while I yap about this. So, what am I gonna yap about? How good / bad is local AI? And I actually want to show you live so you can decide like how it is. So today's task. There's this new model, Quen 3.8. It is coming out next week. And I want to give people free access to it. So in preparation for that, I do have a spare compute. And I want people to try it out. And other AI YouTubers like cringe, they're gonna review it and shit. No. I don't wanna fucking be cringe. I want people to review it for me. Cause I'm a lazy fuck, So yeah, I just want people to try it out, give me some, give it some feedback. Maybe I'll just review the feedback cause I'm fucking lazy. So I think it would be boring if I were to use my main rig for this. So let's have some challenges to make it a bit more fun. So the first challenge is that we have to use my laptop, my GPD WinMax 2024. It's a gaming handheld laptop thingy. Like, look at this. It has the little joysticks. It's the start/stop button. It's like the funny buttons. And yeah, it is basically a laptop with a built-in controller, which is fucking rad. These are the specs. They are new, but they're not that new. But I just want to clarify that this doesn't have a dedicated GPU. You don't need a beefy, power-hungry GPU for this. And I guess the quote-unquote the restriction too is that I need to be constantly recording. I mean, obviously I need to record this because then you can't see shit. But this is actually quite big since it just reduces the speed by quite a lot. Now for today's model choice is this model, Ornith 1.0. Purify B, Heretic, MTP, Apex, GGUF by SC117. So this is a fine-tune of Quen 3.5 35B A3B. But I do want to mention that this is already a questionable fine-tune. Ornith is a questionable fine-tune. And it's also a questionable quant, which is the Apex. So it's also uncensored to make it a bit more questionable. Is this the best model I can run? Probably not, but here are also the configs I'm using, so feel free to pause and take a look. This is basically me for real. So I'll be honest, right? I did spend about 30 minutes planning it out, and this is actually what I have so far. So I just dumped everything I know, what I wanted to do, into this this little goofy chart. It's goofy. And I guess you can pause to read, but basically I want you guys to just you get an API key from a Discord bot, and then you just plug in the API, the website, and then you plug in your API key. This will just let you use whatever AI program you want, PyAgent, OpenCode, whatever. I won't really get too deep into the technicality of this, but I won't deny that I have done something like this before. I would consider myself quite technical. I could do this like without an AI, but it might take me maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks if I lock in. Obviously, I want to spend the least amount of time to get this done. Because like I said, we have a time limit. If this is gonna be out in like 5 days, then I have to edit the video and I have to test this and make sure this works. So let's see the AI in action. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna open up projects, make a new folder, schizo dev router, and I am simply just gonna take a screenshot of this, put this here. So open up PyAgent. But before I load the agent and actually start prompting, I do want to show off the system. A lot of people were just wondering, or they just say that, oh, it's not worth it because it's gonna heat up my laptop so much, it's gonna burn my laptop. I sort of want to show you how much power it actually uses, as well as how hot it goes. So as you can see, right now it's like at 55, while I'm recording, and battery is like over here, 100%. So let's just prompt something. So have a look at this directory. We just send it, and You can see that the RAM usage is obviously going up. It's at 10 now, 11. This is a 17 gigabyte model, so obviously it is using that much space. It goes to here. As you can see, it is at 70 degrees. It is not that hot. Like, you have to understand, computer parts go to like 90 degrees or 80. So 70, that is like an acceptable heat. Okay, now it's actually doing stuff. You can see it is not really slow, as you can see. Yeah, we are getting 26 tokens per second. Without recording, I actually do get like 29 to 30 sometimes. So it is a bit slower just because I'm recording. Right now it's, it's thinking, it's doing stuff. It's a little clanker. It's doing its stuff. But you can see that our temperature just pinned to 70, which is acceptable. But now I do wanna just pull out the battery. Yeah, pulling the battery just unplugs my fucking microphone apparently. Oh, god damn it, you're too fast. You're too fast. I want to yap more, like Jesus Christ. I'll just continue, bro. I'm on battery. I have like 1 hour and 30 minutes worth that I can use AI. And tokens is still at 21. That is not bad. Tokens per second is at 22, 21. That is generally not bad. Now, just some small topics while, the AI is just fucking doing stuff. So I do think that a lot of people just see AI as a product instead of a tool. I won't deny that frontier models are just cheaper if you don't factor in privacy, reliability, and that, local is cheaper if you already own the hardware. But I guess one point I want people to consider is that privacy is just priceless for some people. People just don't care about privacy nowadays, and like people really be using free VPNs in the Play Store, which those are really really bad. That's probably another topic in the future, but no. But I guess this is a note for me. Should I show you guys the legally obtained chats? I think I will. I think I actually will. But this is apparently all legal. If it's not legal, I'm just gonna not include this in the video. There has been scraping operations of getting people's chat. So this is, obviously one thing why people are a bit scared of online services. Is that let's find a random chat. ByteDance boost. This is just 2 messages. So this is, someone's messages. Let me try to find like a creepy one. Belly fat reduction, 18 messages. Does belly fat reduce when you do step up and step down? And I want to reduce 2 inches of my belly fat. I feel like someone conscious would be quite disturbed by this. That some creeps like me can just like go ahead and see your chats. This is probably not a fair comparison. There's a bunch of Japanese ones as well. Like I said, people do overshare stuff with AIs. So like people just do share like their fucking IDs. They share some, they use AI as their therapist. So it is quite concerning that, an engineer can just fucking have a look. One thing is the world is massive. People have different uses for these models. So document processing, edge devices, robotics. And like I said, I want to say that not everyone wants to make a fucking SaaS or an app. You could do so much things with local AI that's not coding or chats. One big thing is actually document processing that I noticed. You have like a bunch of Word documents, whatever. You want to know what's actually inside. You want to summarize like a lot of them. That's quite useful as well. So that is like one quite useful thing. And like I said, not everyone is trying to make a fucking software service or an app. And I guess one more thing is that I just want to emphasize that the benchmarks of this models, the one I'm running right now, is comparable to like a 7 to 8 year old, not year old, a month old model. So it is not that far behind. Like people have done cool stuff with older models back then. And like one thing I do sort of want to mention is that for some reason, if 4 years from now, if we have Fable class models running in phones, people would just call it unusable and shit because fucking Fable 7 exists or some shit. So that is one thing that just I just see happening all the time. Like people, there's a lot of research done, a lot of work has been done to just make it as small, as fast, and as smart as possible. And it just got stuck at it made the server and it just got stuck because the server is running, so it is just confused, I think. So I'm just gonna exit it and nudge it. View got stuck since the server is running. It is running, but it didn't end. So I don't know. Like obviously, sometimes with AI, you don't need the proper languages. Just like and just let it do stuff. And look, one quick handhold, a quick nudge. It did just like figure out that I got stuck. I guess that's another decent point to mention about local AI versus these big frontier models like like Claude 4.8, 5, is that these models do require some handholding. Like I said, this model that you can run in laptops, they are like 80 times smaller than like these bigger models that you can rent for subscriptions. And I if you need like the raw intellect, obviously these cloud services are just better. I agree. So for example, I think with this, if you were to just prompt it to be like, oh, I want an API endpoint for us people to use, it would probably just do all of this. Like you don't need anything technical. But with local models, like you do want to be a bit more technical and a bit more specific, like this. Is it doing a port scan? What is it doing? It's doing a port scan. That's fucking crazy. I guess yeah, it is doing it. It seems that the bot right now, it had a small problem where Komeiji, this is the my server. It was not accessible, so it's just finding the IP address of it apparently. So it's looking at every single IP in the network to fucking find the port. And I'll just let him do whatever he wants, honestly. So one thing I do want to talk about is how do people actually use this AI? Some people have gone full local, and some people have a hybrid local slash cloud, which is actually quite common from what I've seen. So they use cloud at most times, and simple tasks get delegated to local to save limits. So some people also are mostly local, but use cloud if local isn't enough. I won't deny I am part of this group. However, I haven't touched cloud for quite a while, just because I think local is just good enough. And some people are mostly cloud and use local whenever they just want privacy. So for my example, I do know someone. They obviously do not want to send like private information to Claude or whatever, and that is where local models would shine. Where if you want to sort like a bunch of documents, you want to process it, and you obviously don't want it to leak to Claude or ChatGPT. That is where local models are pretty good. Okay, so back to the AI. It said it's done doing all of this. Admin stuff, login and monitoring, whatever done. API endpoints is done. I just had a look about what it has done so far. One of my problems is the API keys. It's probably a good idea to make this into a database instead of a fucking JSON file. And the logs, I think logs is fine. Let's just tell it to push it to Git T for now. So one thing about me is that I do have my own Git T or ForgeJo. It is basically my own personal GitHub. Like I have my own GitHub that I'm also hosting. So obviously if you're hosting AIs, it's probably not that, not that far to just host a Git server. And the look, it uploaded it. Though it only has the readme with the rocker. Okay, so it has just pushed it to Git T. So the project is just here now. Now, I'll be honest, right? I am out of things to yap about. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna let the AI cook, and I'll go back with the final result, and I'll have someone test it. Wow. As you can see, he's about to type some random shit, and it's gonna show up in my little ID thing here. Yeah. So as you can see, I am getting the request. We are running on a 48 gigabyte A40, and it is decently fast. It's like 30 TPS single, and it goes up to like 500 TPS at like 50 current users. So it's kind of slow, but it's alright. This model can people can use it now. I guess it's free. I'm paying for it. You're welcome. Let me ask it some dumb shit as well. Um, what is VLLM? Can you explain it to me like I was dropped out as a child and have brain damage? Question mark.
Yeah, it's still way more usable than
It's more usable than whatever you were using. That's for sure.
50p.
5 TPS. It's reading again. It just slows down the entire thing. Here, I do not train your data. You want to know why I don't train your data? I don't even have the fucking storage space, or I don't even. I'm not even willing to fucking pay the money for the storage space to store your data. Like, we are not the same. They store data. I don't store your data just cause I'm not willing to spend any more money on this. Yeah, the issue is just the throughput. Like, it cannot read at the same time as it's generating. It just like fucking, it just fucking has issues when that happens. No, VLLM is using like 100% utilization, so it is not slacking. I did some off-stream mining. In other words, I just let it cook. It was cooking for probably around 4 to 5 hours. And in that time, I gave it my SSH run pod and Volter keys. What this means is that I literally just gave him access to all my servers and all my wallets. It's not usually safe. I don't usually do this, even with Frontier mods. But I want those wallets drained anyways, and I don't really care if it fucks up. So I'm just gonna show you what it can actually do. Tell me the specs, IP, and location, question mark. I'm just gonna let this cook in the background while I yap. Obviously, yeah, basically he just has full access to the servers. I do wanna talk about like the negative things. It has done a lot of right things. It has done a lot of amazing things. But personally, it's easier to remember things where it fucked up. So it has made two servers, two parts of this program, this two part of this project. This is the router server. It manages requests and selects a backend to pick. It's literally like, if you know Open Router, it is generally just you send a request to one endpoint and it's up to them to select which backend to use. And now this is where you guys will just connect, people will connect to, which is api.skillsdev.com. So, and the other part is the GPU server. This is the backend, and this is where the AI is actually running. And I am using VLM for maximum throughput. That just means that it is better for multiple people. And this is hidden to you guys, and it's tracked by the server router. So this is something that I can have multiple GPU server backends. And as you can see, yeah, so the AI literally just knows like it's from the name is runpod router. This is the IP. I don't think I'm gonna censor this because you can just find this. You can find this out even if I were to censor it. Like, it doesn't matter. AMD Epic 1 vCPU 1 core, and this is just the rest of space. Yeah, it does just have access to that server right there. I can just close this for now. And the negative thing, which is a good segue, is that it decided to pick a very underpowered server. It is 1 vCPU. It is quite weak. And it should have picked something better, at least like 2 or 4x vCPUs. But like I said, this is quite weak. And one thing as well is that the code, it is messy as fuck. Like, it made a bunch of one-time scripts, but it didn't actually delete them. I think this is a problem with Ornith. This is why I guess like Ornith is like it's fun on paper, but then like in reality it is a bit goofy. As you can see, there's like a bunch of random .py files, and some of them are just like, they are just one-time scripts that it just forgets to fucking delete. Like, look at the amount of benchmark fucking scripts. And one more thing is that it is random .tar.gz file, since that's actually how it decided to send data from my laptop to the server. So it is a bit goofy. I mean, it does work, but it is very goofy. And one more thing is that it uses JSON as a database. It should have used at least like something else, like SQLite. That is a better database than fucking JSON. And yeah, it is fucking messy. This is the goofy meme. Onto the GPU server slash backend. It decided to pick a very unideal server config. So it picked one of this 1x of this GPU, A4048GB. From my experience, VLLM it's not really good with one single GPUs. So it didn't pick a good GPU server. This is also quite old and it's relatively weaker than it is quite weak. Yeah, it is relatively cheap, but it is the same price as two 3090s, which is faster. It has less VRAM, yes, but it is faster. It has 2 times, or honestly more than, like probably 3 times more the compute. As you can see, this is the A40 for run pod, and this is the 3090s, 2 of them, for 44 cents an hour. It's literally the same price. So this is a better selection compared to like this piece of shit. But I don't know, just some more, just a easy quick complaint here. Like, I am not sponsored, so I can just shit on RunPod. Like, I would not recommend RunPod at all. I'm a RunPod hater. And one other thing is that it has difficulties with VLLM. It just refuses to acknowledge that this model exists. It sucks at configuring it. And yeah, I did have to step in just because it is draining my money, and I'm not that keen on that. But yeah, in my opinion, even with like frontier models, they would still have difficulties with this. The only thing that I don't think frontier models would have difficulties in is the code base. It would definitely code better. It would be less messy as this. But honestly, like overall, it does most of it what I wanted it to do. Like, it made the router program, it made the VPS server and pushed it there. It attempted to start VLLM, but then I had to step in, of course. And it came with a mostly working service, so that is really, really nice. This is all done while I was doing something else or sleeping. Like, speed is not bad, and power consumption in heat is very acceptable. It's pretty good. So generally, overall, I am quite happy with local models. And I think you should try it. Like, it's really free, you can do a lot with it. So I don't know, this is a weird format I won't deny, because there's just so much things going on. I'm not used to this format. But let me know what you guys think of this like weird format where I am making stuff and then trying to yap about stuff. So I'm not too sure how Editing Schizo would edit this. So it'll be fun for him. Join my Discord if you want to know more about this free API. Next thing is join the Patreon. It helps me fund more dumb projects like this, more dumb experiments like this. And both of them are linked and pinned in the description. But yeah, I'm not too sure how to end this, but thank you.